Hey guys, I wanted to do a follow-up video actually taking you through a live example of how to place a trade on BitMEX, how to do it with leverage, and show you really the most important aspect if you're just starting out with the platform, if you're just looking into trading Bitcoin futures with utilizing leverage. I wanted to show you a crucial aspect of what could potentially make you money or cost you a bunch of money to do this. So currently Bitcoin is trading at 11,199. So if I wanted to place an order, I would go right here to the quantity. Let's say I want to do 500 contracts. I just transferred here a small amount. This is a little test account that I was intending to use for demonstration. So what I've got available, it shows you available balance right here, 0.0041 BTC. Okay. So if we're entering 500 contracts, what you want to do is you always want to use the limit price. There's a couple of reasons for that. Of course, it gets you a better fill order and you're not wasting as much money on the spread. But a particular reason to enter a limit order with BitMEX is your commissions on limit orders are about 3 times less than what they are on placing market orders. So currently, okay, we're at 11,178. Okay, if I wanted to short 500 contracts, I typically would enter amount just slightly higher than the current price to make sure if it moves a few points, I would get a quick fill on my order. So 11,180, current price 11,168. That would be a good entry point. But what I wanted to show you, okay, let's say I press that. Here you enter a screen where you actually get to select the amount of leverage. And when I was talking about this crucial point that can either make you or break you with trading this Bitcoin futures here, is you have to be extra careful with this part right here. Mark price, established liquidation, difference. Okay. What that means, some of you already know this, and for some of you that might not, I'll just give a brief explanation. If you're entering at a price of 11,180, and if you're shorting in this particular case, I've looked at some indicators. I believe the price is going to move downward, so I would be making money if the price was to fall. Now, if temporarily the trade would go against me, okay, in this particular case, if I select 50 times leverage, my position would be closed if Bitcoin price simply was to move 1.73% higher, or in this particular case 192 points. So 11,180, if it moves roughly 200 points higher to 11,380, my position would automatically be closed out. So, you know, at times we see moves 300-400 points in Bitcoin within seconds. So that would automatically kick me out of my position, and I would have to open another one. So to avoid that, especially if you're brand new and you're starting out, I would definitely recommend starting with much lower leverage and only use the higher leverage, such as 50 times or 100 times, only when you're 100% certain about your trade and you really feel strongly about it. So let's compare the leverage if we were to go to 10 times leverage. Let's see how that's going to change. So if you go to 10 times leverage, now you have a leeway, if you will, of 1,195 points. So it's almost impossible to time your entry perfectly to the point at times. So the price may move a little bit higher after you enter your position. And in this particular case, you would maintain your position. So if the price of Bitcoin goes right now a couple of hundred points, and after that it falls 700-800 points, I would still be able to profit and not lose my position. So very important here. I can't stress enough how important this is to start out with lower leverage and just really get a feel of the price movement. And I really don't want some of you guys that are just trying this out for the very first time to get kicked out of your position quickly and lose the amount of capital, even if it could be a small amount that you're trying out with. I don't want you guys to lose that. So I start even start out with 5 times leverage. Okay, 5 to 10 times leverage would be a good starting point, because as you can see, if I'm moving to 25 times leverage, see how that changes. I'm just going to show you a demonstration here. So with 25 times leverage, okay, now I've got a leeway of 420 points before my position would be closed out. Now again, if I'm going with 50 times leverage, okay, now I only got 191 points of room here. And if I'm going with 100 times leverage, which I would use if I see some really strong volume coming in, and a clear direction that it's making a significant move higher, then only then I would use 100 times leverage, because it only gives you a leeway of 72 points, which means if it was to go from its current level of say 11,180 to just 70 points higher before it was to drop, I would be out of my position and I would lose the portion of capital that I have at stake in this particular trade. So to avoid that, you can start with lower leverage. The system is absolutely awesome because it actually allows you to adjust your leverage. Okay. Another point I wanted to share is don't try to automatically just go and accumulate your position all at once, because again, you can enter, for example, a small position at 11,180. Okay, then if the price goes to 1250, you can add to the position and it's going to average out your cost. But what that's going to do to the liquidation price, it will actually it won't kick you out of the position. It will give you some extra room to hold on to your position. So if you're certain whether it's going to make a move higher or whether it's going to make a move lower, don't automatically just buy a large, don't open a large position all at once. Try to build it up, and because again, the price of Bitcoin is so volatile, and it actually hasn't been very volatile over the last few days, but typically it is. And it could break upward or downward at any moment. So I just don't want you guys to lose out on your position, because a lot of times you could be right about the direction, but sometimes the price could spike higher, a couple of 100 points. Your position could be closed out before it's actually going to make a large move of like 1,000 or 2,000 points lower. So you could miss out on all that money that you could have been making. All right. If you have any questions about this, in the description under this video, you have my contact information. You can direct message me, you can text me, and I'd be happy to reach out to you and try to help you guys out if anybody has any questions. So this is what I really wanted to cover in this video: the importance of setting this this limit. So, and now we're actually going to go ahead and place this live order and see what happens. We're going to go ahead and do it. Actually, for me, I'm comfortable with 25 times leverage. That'll actually give us 430 points before the position would be liquidated. So we're just going to go ahead and enter that. So right now, the price at 11,170, you will see that the order has not been filled yet, because it's currently, if you go look at this tab, it's an active order status. So it's right here, and it's waiting for the price to hit 11,180 until it's going to be filled. So if we just wait just a little bit, we should be able to get a fill here pretty quick in the next few moments. Or I can actually go back and adjust the order, and I'll show you how to do that. If I wanted to adjust the order, I would actually cancel this one out. Okay. Alright, and I would clear it out. I would go back here and re-enter this order at 11,173, and sell short. Boom. Okay, so now it was automatically filled because I actually entered it about half a point under, once you do that, as you can see, that fill was literally, it wasn't even a second. We already had a window here saying that the order was filled. Now automatically it gives you your ROE estimate here, which is return on investment at, currently we're at 3.63%. in the green. Okay, so as you can see, I used the 25 leverage, so my balance before I placed this trade was 0.0041. I bought 500 contracts. I still have an available balance of 0.0023. I'm going to use that availability if the price actually is going to move against me, if it's going to go up 100 or 200 points. I will use that to add to the position, because based on my calculations, ultimately I believe that by the end of the day, at some point, the price will be lower than my entry point. At the same time, I do not want to be losing my position. So if the price moves higher, I'm going to add to the position, so I would actually not be kicked out of my trade. Now, I know some of you prefer scalping, you like the smaller moves. My strategy has been, I'd like to wait out, and instead of making a ton of trades within an hour or a couple of hours, I try to catch larger move of at least a few hundred points. So for example, it's 11,178. If it was to move down to like a 10.8 area, I would be sitting on a decent profit of maybe 150%. 180%, then I would possibly consider closing out, depending on how the price action was at that moment. Now, ultimately, I think in this particular case, it has a good chance of retesting the 10.5 to 10.2 area. So, I may just wait out till it's going to reach that point. So, as you can see, since we've entered a position, we're 3.5% positive. Now we're less than 1% positive. The price is moving just slightly higher above our entry point. But you've got to, really pay attention and really enter the position when you have multiple reasons to believe of which direction the action is going to go. In this particular case, I've been looking at the charts and the graphs and some indicators, for the last couple of days, the price has been kind of stagnant, and it really has been having a hard time breaking higher. At the same time, it has been having a very hard time breaking below the 10.2 level, or like right around between 10,000 and 10,300. Once it gets there, they're starting to buy it up. But there's a good chance from this level here, 1173, it could repeat the move to roughly 10.2, so I'm looking to capitalize on that move. The accumulation has not been strong. There really hasn't been any positive news, and the fact that nobody's in a rush to buy it at these levels sort of makes me believe that there may be a retest of 10,000 level, which gives me about 1,000 points of room here, and an opportunity to triple, quadruple my profits, my initial investment here. So I'll fill you in on how this trade plays out. Hopefully this was helpful, and just again, please pay attention to your liquidation price, and the way you do that is you simply adjust your leverage. Your leverage, the smaller leverage, will give you a much safer position out of which the system will not kick you out. To set up the account, if you have not done so, just follow the instruction, and it tells me the message if I wanted to upgrade the leverage right now that I would need to add more money to the account. So 25 times leverage actually is a pretty good amount, and I would still be able to add to the position here at the 25 times leverage. But if I was to go to 50 or 100 times leverage, I would need more collateral in the available balance here. So again, if you have not set up the account, I do have the instructions on how you can do that. If you're outside of the United States, just simply follow the affiliate link. You'll be able to get 10% off your commissions for the next 6 months. And also you'll be able to get in touch with me. I have placed multiple successful trades on this platform, and I really enjoy using it. It's very simple. The execution is awesome. I have no complaints, no reservations, recommending the system to anybody. I hope you guys will have great experience as well. And again, if you got any questions, I'd be happy to take my time to answer them and help anyone out. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.